And alright guys, what is going on? How are you doing? Welcome back to another tutorial on the David Hammond Visuals YouTube channel. Now guys, in this video, I am explaining how I film, this including the lighting, audio composition, the videos over on my other YouTube channel, my main/personal YouTube channel, David Hammond. There I speak more about fitness, health, wellness, etc, etc. So the composition, the setup really of filming the videos is much different than you see here in this room. Now if you guys have not seen the video of my minimalist setup here, what you're seeing exactly here, including the lighting I use, the audio, the background, etc, etc, being super simple. I'll link that up above here so you can check that out as a bit more context for this video. Now, what inspired me is yesterday I actually filmed the biggest course I ever have yet for that YouTube channel, which also has a business link to this. And with that, I thought, you know what, it'd be pretty cool just to explain to you guys here exactly how I do it, because again, like I said, the setup is different, the mood is different. If you see the video there, you're gonna be like, is that the same guy? Is that the same David? Just because it's so crazy how a change in scenery, lighting, audio can really portray a different effect completely. So with that said, guys, we're going to break down this video into three main sections. That is going to be number one, lighting, number two, audio, and then number three, camera slash, composition, stuff like that, right? Where I place the camera, etc, how that affects the background. You guys get the gist. I will be overlaying clips from that as context. So guys, let's move on to number one. This is lighting. Now, if you guys have seen any of the videos over there, as I'm assuming most of you guys are subscribers over there, you know that the lighting is actually much different. It's much different than what you see here. Here we have, like I spoke in the last video, we have more of a split slash Rembrandt lighting where the window lighting is coming from the side. It's creating a nice split here. I have some dark spots here and a nice little triangle, which is what they call Rembrandt lighting. Whereas on the other channel, guys, I have much more of a flat, what they call front lighting, okay? And this is achieved from two softbox lights. That's because if you can see behind me, there's the window behind me. That's where the sun or the light would naturally come from. Because it's behind me and I don't want a backlight, I choose to use two artificial lights, okay? The ones I purchased, guys, I got on Amazon years ago for around 70 bucks. It was a set. You guys, again, I'll overlay the screen here. You can pick up any light for fairly cheap on Amazon. You don't have to spend thousands on lights. You know, clearly you see there, it looks pretty good. It's more so what you do with it. Now let's delve a little bit deeper into why I choose to use the front lighting, which is much flatter opposed to maybe something more of like a split light. I'm creating a bit more of a dynamic look, a bit more with shadows and a bit more mood, because I've actually gotten a few questions on that. David, why don't you create a bit more mood, split? Why is it so flat? Now, this may sound a bit counterintuitive, but I actually chose to go with front lighting on purpose. And the reason I say it may sound a bit counterintuitive is because in the photo video world, it is usually almost demonized to have very flat front lighting. You know, people are against that. They're like, don't do it. It just looks boring, etc, etc. Have more of a split light, etc, etc. And that's completely true. I completely understand that. Although, front lighting isn't all bad, okay? And you can't think of it in terms of black or white, all right? What front lighting does, I'm gonna explain some benefits of front lighting and why I actually choose to use it and how commercials or even movies still do utilize front lighting, but it all depends why they're using it. So front lighting is, in a nutshell, it's very safe lighting, okay? This is what you will see in usually commercials or TV shows or movies that are usually very happy, they're very bright, they're very vibrant. So what's coming to mind is like if you look at any like dentist commercial or any like smiling commercial, they're like, my teeth, I got, with Smile Direct Club or this and it was amazing. Or they're like, you're in like a kitchen, it's a perfect example. Whenever you're in a kitchen, usually the lighting is very flat. They're usually using front lighting. They're not going to create any moods or dramatic effects, or even like kid commercials. This is a perfect example. When they have like a commercial, like a family at like a dinner table and they're all super happy and they're laughing and they're talking, like very light-hearted, uplifting commercials or shots are done with front lighting. And that is because, like I said here, more of a split lighting is much more dramatic. It is much moodier. It's a bit more mysterious, and a lot of times in those commercials or shots with front lighting, they don't want something moody or mysterious. Does that make sense? On that YouTube channel, I don't want to be moody, mysterious. I don't want a dramatic look. I want a very exposed, uplifting, revealing, flatter look. So yes, in a sense it's flatter, which is quote unquote less cinematic, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. You see, it's all about how you use light, and I want a flatter look. I want a vibrant, happier, more like that Smile Direct Club look. That's why if you notice my personality there opposed to here, it may seem a little different, and it's not that it's so different, it's what lighting and the setup can really portray. And this is why I want to make this video, because it seems like they're two complete different people, which maybe there are, maybe I play a little bit of roles, but like nonetheless, lighting and things like that can really affect that. So what I'm saying to you guys is if you were choosing to use front lighting, it's not a bad thing, okay? Even though it may be kind of frowned upon in the cinema world or the photo video world, it isn't necessarily a bad thing as long as you're aware of why you're using it, opposed to just using it blatantly. Because I do agree, many times it is best to have more of a split lighting, like you can see here, or a side lighting, opposed to a front lighting. It just depends. Why are you using it? Again, we don't work in black and white. Everything is gray, and you decide why you use that lighting. So we have the tea, by the way. Alright guys, that was a mouthful, but now with that out of the way, let's speak of audio, because audio there is definitely a little different. So, if you guys saw the last video, you know that in this, I use a Rode Micro, which is just a $60, $70 mic. I attach it to a boom pole, and that runs to my Zoom H1, which is right there. It's where it disseminates the audio. I can check the levels while I'm looking, and yeah, it's for the most part pretty good audio. Now, where on the other hand, guys, if you watch the other videos on the other YouTube channel, you notice that I actually talk right into the Zoom H1N itself, okay? I have earphones on, I talk to it, and there are pros and cons to both, and this is exactly what I like, or why I like making these tutorials, because nothing in the photo video world, or even anything in life, is black and white. It's not like, oh, Rode mic, boom pole, better. Oh, no, Zoom, better. Like, no, there's different scenarios, and you as a photographer, videographer, creator, you want to understand which almost like weapon to choose for battle, and why, okay? Because maybe you want a long distance sniper, but if you're close, up in contact, well then you might want a shotgun, right? That maybe sounds a little vile, but like you understand the context in which I'm saying with camera. Sometimes you want a far mic, sometimes you want a close mic. Now, a few reasons why I choose to use the Zoom H1, and I directly speak into that on the other channel, where here I have the Rode mic attached to a boom pole, is that on that other channel, because the shot is much wider, the boom pole would not be the most optimal in my opinion. Because like I said, the shot is much wider, I would have to have the boom pole much higher up, so it would be out of the frame. But because, guys, the boom pole or the mic, being able to record is much further away, the audio is not going to be as good. Like I spoke to you guys beforehand, you want your audio to be no further than 3 feet away. This boom pole here is max 1 foot away, so the audio is not too bad. There, first off, it would be way too far away, meaning the audio wouldn't be great, and B, I don't even know if I'd be able in that shot. I don't even know, to be honest, if this would even reach. This boom pole isn't huge. The reach is maybe like 4 or 5 feet from where I'm recording, because it's such a wide open shot. I don't even know if it would just reach me vertically or horizontally. And second off, guys, personally, for the mood and the feel, I like, believe it or not, to have the recorder. I like to be able to hear myself. It's a bit more of like a laid back podcast vibe. It's something I can't really put my finger on and explain exactly, tangibly, like why I like it more, but it's just a vibe, it's a style. I like having the mic really close to me, the audio being super crispy. I really like hearing myself, and now let's flip the coin. Well, why don't, if I like it so much over there, why don't I do that here? Personally, I just feel that this composition, it would be better not to have a mic in the shot. I think there's already a little bit too much going on, that having a mic, which is literally this right here, if I was to talk like this with earphones, there's too much going on. Sorry if that was a little staticky. This is a lot simpler to me. So for that, I choose to use the boom pole as well. It's much more accessible. I have a lot of room here. I can bring the boom pole literally right there, whereas on the couch over there, it would be much more difficult. So that is why I choose to use the audio I do. Again, you can use whatever you want. You can use a Zoom, you can use a boom pole. You don't even have to use a boom pole. You can keep it on your camera. Just decide, based on the scenario or the situation you're in, what would be most optimal, okay? And finally, guys, that brings us to point, or really topic number 3. That is camera, okay? Now, this is pretty straightforward. Why do I place the camera where I do with the background, etc.? Now, first and foremost, the background there on that other channel, it's not too crazy. And in fact, in the cinema world, it probably would be kind of demonized in all ways, because the lighting is pretty flat. There's not a bunch of depth. Depth meaning I have maybe things in the background creating this symmetry and this depth. It's kind of, I'm not even gonna lie, it's kind of like a standard, almost plain Jane shot. But the reality is that, maybe it sounds like a cop-out, I want it that way. First and foremost, I can't really change my family room too much, but I just, for whatever reason, to me that shot works. It's not a cinema channel, it's not a photo video channel anymore, it's just a lifestyle channel. It's just me with the information and the value I have, fitness, health, wellness, mindset. I want a very simple laid back shot. I don't need a bunch of like rule of thirds and this and back here and split lighting. I just want it to be basic, very consumer friendly for the majority of people. And I know that may sound a little backwards, or like that doesn't make sense, David. If you could make it cinematic, why wouldn't you? Guys, honestly, it's something I can't really explain. It's just, you would know if you know, you know? It all depends the niche or the vibe of the channel. This is a photo and video channel. I'm gonna make this look a little different because it fits this channel. For that, maybe it just doesn't fit. Maybe it's not needed. So I'm going to finish it there, guys, with that whole idea as a takeaway for you guys, that there's no such thing as good lighting or bad lighting, or the right lighting, the wrong lighting, the right audio, the wrong audio, the right camera position or the wrong one. It just depends on what you're going for. And this is why I really want to teach you guys photography and videography in a whole holistic approach, not just good camera, bad camera, good lighting, bad. I want you guys to understand the entire dynamics, the back and the forth of how it all works, so you can customize your own shot based on the requirements you're going for. That is why I choose to separate them and use different shoots or scenarios and gear based on the objective at hand. So I really hope that made sense. I want you guys to be open-minded with that too, because, you know, that's how you really begin to master photo and video, right? It's working with all of the techniques, opposed to just sticking to one and saying this is the only way. So I'll finish it there, guys. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys did like it, what other topics you guys want me to cover. Maybe let me know what your setup is. You know, are you using a front lighting? Are you using split lighting? What audio source are you using and why? What channel do you have? You know, start a discussion down below. And as always, guys, you can check out the courses. Okay, guys, there is a free photo video course for each one of you guys that takes one section out of my 6 mega courses, each almost an hour and a half long. One section comprises that into a small, bite-sized half-an-hour course for each one of you guys. So you not only can get a taste of the 6, but you can get some free value. So always link down below, and if you'd like afterwards, you can support the channel, buy a full course, but if not, at least you got the free half-an-hour course. So that's that, guys. I know it'll help. I hope this video helped, and I will talk to you all soon. Much love. Thanks, guys, for watching. Till next time, peace.